es mi cumbia. Échale sabor.
Yeah, and that was Juice and Baser. I believe that's how you say the name. And the track was called Que Tu Quieres. That's some Latin rhythm, fam. Like that's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. Shout out Carlos for showing me that track on the last episode of Guess That Tempo. She was insane. What'd you think of it? What'd you think of it?
I like it. It's something different. It's something I don't really listen to that sort of genre, but I do enjoy when people play it. So it's something getting used to.
I feel it. I feel it. Well, yeah, welcome, bro. Welcome to another episode of Don Talks. Right now, we got the boy Frankie V in here. What's
Yes,
up? How
sir.
you doing today, man?
Good. How yourself, man? How you been?
Good. Just chilling. A lot of working. A lot of running this platform, and then also like just my personal DJing and producing and stuff. Just the grind, bro. The
The
grind, the
grind
nonstop grind.
doesn't stop, man.
Not at all, dude. Like you're working at it like at every time of the day, pretty
Yeah.
much. There's no stopping it.
During breaks, during lunchtime hours at work. I mean,
Facts.
it's just whatever time you can squeeze out of the day. I mean, we only got 24 hours. You gotta get as much of it as you can.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then like also just like your everyday life, making sure that's in order before you can even hop into this, like
Yep.
because I feel like that your everyday life, like how you choose to spend it, how you choose to like exude your energy is gonna play a part into how much effort you put into your personal project or your side project or whatever it is.
That's the
Like
truth.
if you're constantly tired on a day to day just from your everyday life, it's gonna be hard to switch over and put all your energy into like a passion project, because like at first it might start as like just a passion project, but after a while you start to realize like, damn, if I want to make this something worthwhile and something I want to create for myself and like live off of, it's gonna take me working at this like an actual job.
Yeah. It basically is another job. You're just working longer hours.
Yeah, it's funny because people are like, I want to start my own business. I want to have my own thing, so I could work whenever I want, this and that. Yeah, you're working at whenever you want, but like at every part of the day, like it's not like you're getting less hours. If anything, you're adding on more work to yourself.
And the thing I think with that is, I think social media glorifies it to make it seem like it's more easier than what people actually think and what people actually go through.
Yeah,
So it's really hard.
for sure. Also, like I think social media, like you're right, it glorifies it, but I think people need to understand social media is supposed to glorify. Like that's social media is only showing you the good.
Yep, and
You
that's what
feel
keeps
me?
you hooked.
Yeah. And like imagine just seeing all the shitty parts of the video that's getting posted or whatever's being posted on social media. Like for every dope DJ video, there's like hours of preparation behind that.
Yep.
Like literally every video you see from a DJ on a stage at any festival, at any club, there was hours and hours of preparation to come into that moment. Whether you guys think about it or not, it might seem like the DJ just showed up,
It's
but
not the
like
case.
exactly, especially like it's crazy because so I'm talking to you, right? You do both. You host and you DJ, right?
Yes, sir.
So like you definitely understand like from a DJ's aspect and then from a host aspect. And what do you think are like some of the similarities and then some of the differences between that?
Some of the similarities is that, well, throwing events and actually like the preparation goes hand in hand when actually like when you know planning a set when you're about to take stage. Same thing goes on when you're coordinating events and stuff like that. My setup times, I like to give myself at least 2 to 3.5 hours to set up.
Okay.
With DJ sets, I like to at least preparate my set at least 2 days in advance.
I feel it.
those are some of the things that go hand in hand together. But then you never know what you're gonna run into. You gotta be prepared for that as well.
Is there a specific reason why you prepare your DJ sets 2 days in advance, opposed to like a week or something like that?
I'm hella busy, so like
Gotcha.
for me, like sometimes like I'm not the type of guy to make a new set every time I play. Sometimes I'll play the same set to a different audience,
Gotcha.
or I'll switch out a couple of tracks here and there, and then see how that goes hand in hand. But majority of the time, I do play sometimes the same sets. But like I said, it's towards to a different crowd if it's at a different venue.
Got you. Got you. The because I do the same thing. I wait like 2 days or so before the event to like start, but I do that just because for me, I'm the type of person who wants to play new music. Like that's just like ingrained in my head. Where nah, I need it. This track came out 2 months ago. I can't play it no more. Like I don't know why that's like in my head. Like I don't even think anyone's like on the dance floor really paying attention like that. They're just like, oh, this is a banger, or like, oh, this is a song I like. They're not really like, hey, this song came out last year. I bet even if it did come out last year, but it's still one of their favorite songs, like they're not gonna care. But for some reason, like that's in the back of my head.
Some tracks just bring back people to a certain time and point in time where it's like, dang, those are some good memories.
Facts. And see, like I'm pretty sure you have some tracks that are in your set
Oh
just
yeah,
for that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have the same thing. There's a few tracks that I'll put in just because I want to hear someone or somebody sing to it out there, or
Yep.
someone just like look in the sky and just be like, like that feeling. Or I just want to get that nostalgic feeling sometimes, like DJing is, I get it, it's for the crowd, but ultimately like that shit's for me at the same time. So
It's your escape.
yeah, exactly. Dead ass escape. Like that's what DJing. I mean, that's, I'm pretty sure what all DJs escape is, right?
Yeah.
Like that hour, that 2 hours you're behind the deck. Like it's just music and whatever I'm sipping on, or the dance floor.
And I was lucky enough to see you perform behind the decks. And just the smile you had on your face was just words I couldn't even describe. I mean, just seeing your passion behind the deck, it showed it for everything that you work hard for.
Damn, I really appreciate that, bro. Like that's the first, like definitely like when you said smile on my face. It's weird because like I have like a photographer, videographer come to me, right? And I'm able to see the pictures after the fact. And I'm like, dude, my face looks so corny and cheesy. I'm just like smiling the whole time. But like there's nothing there. I can't do anything else. Like I'm just enjoying the music, enjoying the vibe at that point. Um, but like that's what makes my DJ set my DJ set. That's what makes like your DJ set your DJ set, is the fact that you're enjoying it. Cause I don't know, I'll see, not even in DJing, right? Like say you go to a store and like a retail store, right?
Okay.
And someone, there's always a greeter there, right? And
Oh
they're like,
yeah.
oh, welcome, how are you doing? Imagine that greeter is just like, what's up? And then like, how does that make you feel sometimes?
Eye contact is very important.
There you
And if
go.
someone's looking down at me trying to greet me, I'm gonna be like, maybe she's having a bad day, he or she, or I mean, it could be many reasons, but maybe they're going through things. But at the end of the day, I don't take things personally.
Yeah.
I'll still say, hey, hi, how you doing? Hope
Uh-huh.
everything's well, and just keep it moving.
Got you. So like I bring that up to say like when you're DJing, so like they're supposed to be the front people of the store, right? They're the ones that are like supposed to make everyone feel good inside their store. But if they're reflecting a bad day, it's gonna reflect on like the atmosphere. And like as a DJ, it's the same thing. Like however you pursued yourself, like when you're DJing and stuff, it's gonna affect like the whole dance floor and the whole vibe in general. So
That
like
is true.
that's why no matter what, I don't care if I'm having a bad day that day or something like that. When you go onto that stage, somehow I flip it. It has to be flipped or something. I just have to see like the DJ enjoying themselves a little bit.
Yeah, because if the DJ's enjoying themselves, the crowd's gonna enjoy themselves. It goes hand in hand, and I'm a
Facts.
firm believer in that.
Nah,
Seen it for
facts.
myself.
It even goes down to like, like say you're DJing, right? And there's no one dancing. It just takes one person to be like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. And then everyone else just follows in. It just starts with one person.
That's usually me. I'm the type of guy. If I see people not dancing, I'll just start dancing, and then people are like, "Yo, like get the crowd going. Let's get it."
Yeah, no, that's dope as fuck. So let me ask you this: what made you want to start hosting events aside from just DJing?
Well, I always been a fascinated, fascinated by throwing like events and stuff like that. I always want to know, learn the logistics operations because I knew how to DJ. It's just the thing is, I didn't know the back end, what it actually is to actually have a successful, throwing a successful event. So that's stuff that I had to learn, and I had to get to people in contact with people that knew what they were doing, and that was the hard part, making contacts. Had to put myself out there. I'm a newbie out, not knowing exactly what I'm doing, but I know how to interact with people. I'm very good at talking and stuff, so that was made it a little easier.
Yeah.
But people that don't know you right at the bat, they want to see if they can trust you, and then you gotta deliver. So I'm still learning though.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, bros, this is a forever learning process, you know?
Yeah,
Like, and thinking about it this way, say you do have a very successful event, like one time, right? That doesn't mean that next event is going to be just as successful, you know? Like,
true.
things change, the culture's constantly changing, the scene is constantly changing, and it's always learning the scene and learning the environment.
You gotta learn how to pivot.
There you go, pivot. I like that. You got to learn how to pivot because and I've heard this from like multiple people, not just in this like industry, but in other industries. Like the most successful people that do their brands are understand to like look at the landscape, understand that things are changing and pivot and be
Pivot.
able to adapt. Like those are the best type of people is the people who are able to adapt to every circumstance. Like even like let's say when COVID started, the people that had their brands and still wanted it to be successful, they just pivoted to an online market and still kept their shit going. And
Yeah,
then
they went straight to the e-commerce and they took care of it.
yeah,
And I'm happy to say that majority of those brands that made it through COVID, they're doing very, very well today.
facts. And it's because they learned how to pivot. And then now with the market opening back up, being outside, those brands were able to pivot again. You know, and like that's all this is. Some people get some people find their business style, right? Their business model, and it'll work, but it'll work for like a limited time span, right? And then they'll keep that business model for a long time, and that sinks ships, I think, because you're no longer adapting. You think you found something, and you're just plug and play, plug and play, plug and play, and
Exactly.
after a while, plug and play doesn't work anymore. You know, it's not. I feel like it's almost repetitive sometimes. Like if you're not always like making shit new, making shit different, it's gonna fall like down almost, you know? So adapting is something I feel like is super important to like every scene. Um what were like some of the hurdles and challenges that you had to overcome just by starting the 360 events like from the gate?
Well, when I first started, my first thing wasn't about a lineup. It was first getting a secure warehouse.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people go about it the wrong way. They try to look for artists first, thinking that's gonna create ticket sales. But you don't want to do that because if you don't have a warehouse locked in, then everything else gets pushed back. So you want to make sure you have your warehouse first locked in and play, have it under contract, and then you start working with your artist, your lineup, and stuff like that. And that's you know after getting your lineup, then marketing, promoting, and stuff like that. I run Instagram ads, Facebook ads, 19 hertz. Um, what else? I use what else?
19 hertz, that's
It's like
oh,
undergrounds, like a list of underground raves and stuff. Like even like clubs, some clubs, academies on their time
okay.
exchange and stuff like that.
Okay, okay. Are you on Radiate too?
No, not yet.
Okay. Radiate's I actually just I've had the app for maybe a year now, but like a couple of days ago I just reopened it and they have a really dope social media platform for EDM and festivals. Like it's pretty insane. Like when I had first got the app, it was more of like blog post like esque that you could click into and then just like comment and whatnot. But I think after a while, they just started incorporating all the other aspects that other social medias have, and now it's a pretty dope tool for uh, EDM and it's I guess it's for festival goers specifically. Like if you want to meet someone going to the same festival, that's where you go on to, you know. But now they have it to where like it's a whole like, you know how like Tinder and stuff have that swipe right and stuff and swipe left,
Yeah.
like so they have that, but it's for like, oh, like do you want to meet at this festival? Swipe right, swipe left if you're going, and like
What?
that's how you make friends and stuff.
That's
And
that's really
I have a
dope.
homegirl that she goes to a lot of festivals, and sometimes she'll go by herself, and she's met like numerous, countless of people just through that app, and it's pretty insane because she's always saying, yeah, through those people now I go to a bunch of events, not even festivals, but like club, like warehouse raves and all that other things, you know. So definitely that would be a dope social media to look out for EDM specifically. Um, Let me ask you this: so you have the warehouse? Is it the same place that I was at?
Yes. So far, we're looking at other places as well.
Okay.
We try, Pure Space, just Jigster, um, different platforms that we use to actually, get these warehouses. Um, but like I said, it's just doing your logistics, doing your homework. It's not just, oh, here's a warehouse, let me just book it. You gotta do your homework. You gotta do your numbers. You gotta know your numbers. Um, a lot of people just, like I said, just jump into it. They see a 4,000, 5,000 person, warehouse that's renting out for like, let's say 4,500, $5,000. But at the end of the day, it's like, can I turn a profit? And majority, like people say, a lot of times, event organizations they either break even or lose money. So I've been
Facts.
lucky enough to be profitable. It's just the way I do my numbers, the way I market the tickets, how to increase ticket sales and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the areas you've been at recently, they've all been where exactly?
So we had one spot we did Winter Elation February 4th. We sold it out. We sold all 300 tickets. That was a block away from Exchange.
Okay. So like LA area.
Yeah, Skid Road.
Got you. Got you. Damn, that's insane. That's insane. That sounds like a pretty chippy area to have an event at.
Yeah, it's pretty risky, but at the end of the day, it's all about taking chances and making sure that the attendees
Facts.
are safe as well. We have a great team that we work with that make sure nothing happens.
On that lineup specifically, that was you partnered with Nova, didn't partner, but Novocaine was on that lineup.
No, Novocaine's on this Only in Dreams lineup April 8th. That's
Okay.
next month.
Okay, got you, got you. I'm trying to think. I remember seeing.
We had
Uh,
Mr. Specs, Mini Beats, Gonzo,
okay.
Persona,
Yeah,
Gatsby,
Persona. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Shout out all the homies.
Yeah, fact. Bro, you're getting like some pretty dope DJs on your lineup. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's funny because there's like a select group of DJs that I've been seeing on like a lot of lineups out here, right? And I don't know if it's because like they're really like doing their homework as like when it comes to like who they should be hitting up to like get on these lineups. That or which I'm pretty sure it's a little bit less of that and more of like they're just popping now. Like it's weird to say this because like you have your DJs that are on these festival lineups and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
But then like when it comes to your local area where you live at specifically, like within like a 50-mile radius or so, like you have like your locals that are DJs also, but like they just haven't broke through that festival realm yet. And I feel like there's a lot of DJs in this area that are right there.
There's a whole lot of DJs. And the thing is, some of these DJs that are local, I prefer to book local talent more than actually booking someone that's actually playing festivals now. I just feel like the opportunity that they bring in the kind of style that they bring to a dance floor, to me, to help someone else, it just, like I said, generosity is an asset.
Facts.
So, like I said, the more you give, the more you're gonna get back. And people, especially nowadays, I mean, I was so blessed to actually build a platform so fast, but I had to do it with the people, and without the people, I'm nobody.
Without without your team, like I feel like the team is the most important. Who you surround yourself with, the people that are gonna help you in your journey, like that's really honestly could make or break like your dream and your
Yeah,
project, you know, because some people they're how do I say this? They want to be an asset to you, right? They have the idea of wanting to do this, and then it comes down to, oh well, I only want to do this If A, I'm having a good time, B, like it's when I want to work type thing. It's not like consistent. And then B, like if it's just a good look for them, like that's when people want to like contribute. But once they start realizing like, no, I gotta work more than just this hour that I show up or this 2 hours that we're showing up for this event, whatever the case may be. And now that you're asking me things that I don't necessarily want to do, like all that starts catching up to someone and they're like, oh, well, they'll start only involving themselves in the minimal. And when people start doing that, it's almost like a detriment to you because you're like, dang, like I'm giving my all into this, like my absolute all. I need you to do the exact same. And if you're not, I'm not even gonna feel bad if you're not. Just tell me so I'm able to put you in positions to where like it's of minimal effort, like
Be very transparent and
facts.
be direct of what you want.
Stupid direct because I think there's a lot of people that know what they want, but like once they get some type of pushback, they don't know how to vocalize their pushback, so they just go along with what's happening.
Exactly.
And I don't think a lot of people realize it because I'm sure I've done this too, where like, damn, I should have vocalized this because in the future they would have known like, oh no, I don't like doing this type of things or I don't like doing this, so they could have put me in a better position. But that's something I had to learn myself, like speaking up, your voice is fucking powerful as fuck. As much as like people
Yes,
are
it
scared
is.
to use it sometimes, like nah, like I get it. You might think you might be hurting someone's feelings or like you might be thinking you're asking for too much, but closed mouth doesn't get fed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Closed mouths do not get fed. I always tell people, tell me what you want and let's negotiate.
There you go.
Because at the end of the day, that's what life's all about. It's all about negotiation and coming to terms.
And I think people are scared of the negotiation aspect of it because also though it goes with people don't know how to value themselves. And even if you have completely nothing, you're just starting, your value is not zero. Like, like your value is somewhere.
It means something.
Yeah. So value yourself. At the end of the day, you're a body that's living. So that already has a value more than zero. So some people got to just really realize that and then just be vocal, but also like there's a way of being vocal, right? Like there's a way of talking to someone, I think.
Yeah, it's like one of my brother that lives with me. He tells me it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And me personally, how I speak, I like to speak sometimes very slow, but also know when to be quiet.
Gotcha.
Because I feel like people when they just communicate, majority of people they just speak over each other, and then they're not really listening.
When it comes to communication, I think the best part is understanding what you're talking about and then making sure the other person is how do you say it? Like receiving your information, like not just you're saying things and it's just like going through them, because I feel like sometimes you could talk to someone but you're not talking to them, you're talking at them and the information is going by, just
It's all
going by.
hearsay.
Yeah. And sometimes like nah, like if you're in a conversation and you personally see that means there's something in the conversation that the other person needs to get off, or there's something that they want to vocalize. So you got to listen, you got to step back and then see where that is. A lot of people don't have that part. A lot of people like to talk for sure, but it's the listening part that is really hard.
And actually understanding body language as well, which I'm really good at. I could read body language very well.
That's it's crazy because I feel like, especially DJs though too, and when I say DJs, I kind of speak in like I want to say more artists, but because we're DJs and stuff, I use the term DJs. But because like what we do is so subjective, bro, like super subjective. So to be able to put a price on it and then be able to tell like other people like, no, yeah, I'm dope. Like that sounds weird. Like, no, book me like this because no, I could do this. I could do this. And I've met so many great DJs, like really, really good DJs, right? But when it comes to them communicating to like the things that they want or like how they want it, it comes off really weird. Not weird, but like
And like in what terms and how they want certain things, like what is it exactly that they want?
So like when they're asking for bookings or when they're asking for, hey, can you share this or whatever the case may be.
Like the writer, or
Yeah.
okay,
Okay, it could be like the writer. Let me ask you this: say you're getting booked for something, right?
okay.
How do you express like, hey, I need my writer like filled, and I need this.
I mean,
If you don't have a manager too,
I always thought about this. Would I be one of those guys that have a writer, one of those artists? Me personally, I wouldn't want a writer. I'll be able to mix on anything you throw at me.
Uh,
Um, at the end of the day, I'm not there for anything special. I mean, I know some people have other opinions, but me personally, if you want to throw me some CDJs, cool. If you want to throw me a controller RX2, cool. I'll play. At the end of the day, it's not about me. It's showing up for the people that are there that actually want to see me.
got you. So I definitely see that aspect, right, of like not needing a writer or anything like that. I'm gonna show up and perform how I need to perform. I feel like that when asking for a writer and asking for special demands, that comes at a certain point of your, how do I say it? Like, say I'm just a local right now, but once you get to a touring DJ that's going place to place, say I'm DJing 5 times a week or 5 days a week, right?
Yeah.
And then they're not just in the same area. I'm going all around, right? I think if you're doing that like for months on in, it kind of gets like complicating. It kind of gets like too much to be like, damn, every night I have to learn something different. Every night I have to go through a different hurdle. Every night at a point you want to get to a point where it's like, no, I need this because now I need to perform. Now I need to make specific adjustments during my performance. Like maybe I'm a DJ that does a bunch of different routines and I need a certain amount of decks or I need a certain amount
Like
of
James
things,
Hype.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Like James Hype. Shout out James Hype. Definitely
Shout
dope
out
ass
James Hype.
motherfucker. But and then think about it this way too. Like writers, so what you just said right now, that would be a tech writer. So that's like everything you need tech wise. Then there's also like regular writers, like I know a lot of touring DJs, they ask for food,
Yep.
and just whatever they need in their dressing room or the green room, wherever the case may be at, right? Just to feel like relaxed. Because again, say you are DJing 5 days a week, right? And they're all in different cities, right? And then maybe you just get into a city and now you have to go straight to the venue. There's certain things that I think I would want in my green room just so I could just be a little bit relaxed before I go onto the stage, right? So I feel like when it comes to doing stuff like that, definitely warranted for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
That for sure, I could, coming from your point of view, you are traveling sometimes 12, 10-hour flights. If you only have 3 hours before your set, you want to be as comfortable and trying to hydrate yourself as much as possible.
yeah,
Maybe even take a nap.
no facts. Like it's funny because I went to school for audio production, and like it was like pretty much a trade school, right? But the teachers and the professors that were there, they're pretty much people that lived in the audio industry from every field. Like there was people that were in rock bands, or people that worked in studios and whatnot. There was people that were actually touring, and broke it down in such like a a human way to us, where it's like, yeah, this is our life. Like we're not asking to be difficult. We're asking because like I just need to be comfortable when I go on stage sometimes. Like my back hurts from this flight. Like maybe I know I'm asking you for a soft pillow, but I'm asking you for a soft pillow because I think I really need it. Like my back is fucked, like I think I need this. And like some of the professors were just breaking things down to us in a way. It's like, damn, like I don't ever think about that. Like at the end of the day, some like um this is gonna pivot a little, but I'm gonna go back to this. Why do you think like you became a DJ or like artist? Because I still, like I said, I consider this an artist. What made you think? What do you think made you pivot into this direction?
Me personally, well, my dad was a DJ. My brother was a DJ, and then I started DJing around 2009, 2010. Um, and then I took to like 2014, back when Gotham was really popping off over here with Rowdy A,
Yeah.
Artistic, Crucial, the Goonies.
Damn. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to
All right.
Vieso. Hey.
Rest in peace, Rowdy.
Facts.
But yeah, bro. I took some time off after that. I took about 8 years off, and got back into it during COVID. But the reason why I actually started again is just I wanted to bring something new to the table and challenge myself. You get tired of working for someone else. You want to own something for yourself, so no one can
Facts.
take that shit away from you.
No,
So
facts.
that's why I do the things I do.
So, what do you think? Because you said right now, you didn't want to work. You want to have something that was yours, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I think a lot of these people are doing, bro. They're taking things that they probably had stressors in their normal life and whatnot, and they pivot because that shit got too hard. Not too hard, but they need, like we said earlier, some type of escape, right?
Yes, sir.
So now think about it this way. Say I'm trying to be a touring DJ or touring artist, but I still have my 9 to 5. So I'm working 6 hours and then maybe or 9 hours, whatever, during the week. And then on the weekends, I'm flying out somewhere. And I just need to make sure everything is in order because I only have these 2 days to get these people to feel like what I'm doing out here. Like 2 days. And because think about it this way as well, like say you're DJing in another city and you're there for me, you have the chance to be there for maybe a 10-hour span. Do you want to only be showing that city that you're only going to show up to the venue and that's it? Or do you want to make more of it? Because when I see artists and they start doing tour stops and stuff like that, they'll do more. They'll do more than just go to the venue. You see the videos of their recaps.
Yep.
They see the stuff that they do to give to fans because that's the shit. That's what it takes, bro, to move up, to go. Like you got to do the extra sometimes, even when you feel like you're stressed and tired and whatnot. Like I'm pretty sure you've heard a lot of interviews. You've seen a lot of artists talk about like, yeah, I'm tired, but like this doesn't stop. Yeah, I might be stressed out now, but even when like I'm talking to a fan, like I can't show them I'm stressed out, because that's the only time they get to meet them. So like when it comes to having your writer, bro, like or just certain demands, I feel like it's really important. But back to everything I was saying, how you ask for it is really important too. And I think when it comes to DJs, you don't have to, but I'm gonna urge DJs and artists, uh, get a medium. And when I say a medium, it could mean get a manager. It can mean I'd say get a medium,
Like a
just
TM,
a
like a
what?
tour manager.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A tour manager or even just a manager, someone who is just good with their words. Someone who's good at negotiations, bro. Someone because as much as like we're artists and we think we could do it all, there's people out there that could do it way better.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and like that's something that I'm pretty sure you're learning now is delegation, like how to delegate things to certain people. What was the process of you learning that delegation?
I mean, it's still a process I'm still learning to today, and I'll probably continue to learn. It's just for me, just being prepared for anything and everything. Like you said, if I got to pivot, I got to pivot. But like I said, just being well prepared and going from there.
Facts, facts. So for your events, what have been like your ways of getting people to come out that you think are a little different than most? Like, what are your strong points when you think it come to hosting?
Um, well, my team, they're very helpful. I have a great team. Um, but me personally, what I do to attract people is just showing up. Um, like I always tell people, you don't want to be just someone behind the camera on Instagram. You want to be out showing your face, shaking hands, interacting with one another, and show them that you're not just someone that just speaks out of his ass. You want to show people, hey, I'm not just speaking like I'm talking out of my ass. I'm out here putting in the work. I'm out here, Wednesday through Saturday, late
You're
nights,
delivering.
delivering.
Yeah. So again, you brought up the team. And that's something that is hella important, right?
Very important.
What are some roles you give to some of your team members that you're glad that you could take off of you?
Well, I looked at all their strong points, and even they helped me because they looked at me like, "Look, dude, you're very good at talking. You're very good at growing a following, making contacts and stuff." So that was my job. My job in my team is to go get talent. That's my job. I have another guy that overlooks finances, where the money's at all times, where it's going, where it's coming, how much is coming into the business, how much is coming out. I have another guy that does all the marketing, promoting, and stuff like that. So that's it's only like it's four of us, and then the other guy, he's just in charge of overlooking like all of us and stuff, making sure that because if we're all trying to speak our like try to be in control, we can't have that. You need one guy that's hey, he's the chef. We listen to him.
Got you. No, that's definitely. I'm glad you guys were able to like delegate that to somebody, because even when it comes, and I can speak from this platform, right? Me and Carlos are the ones that run this platform. It's just me and him. Uh, but I can tell you this right now, we definitely bump heads when it
Oh yeah,
comes to like creative differences and like how we want to things be reflected on the platform and whatnot. And because there isn't just one person that's like, yeah, this is how it goes, it gets muddy, it gets like real damn like now what? Now what are we doing? Like I don't want to just disagree. Now we're not getting shit done. You feel me? Like sometimes uh either I gotta bend or homeboy is gonna bend. You feel me? Like, and that's just something I had to realize, and I think more people are gonna have to realize when getting into this industry. Like, I'm pretty sure you had like a distinct vision of how you want things to happen, right? Like to the dot. You know exactly how you want it to look.
but
But in reality of where you're at and the tools you have to you, you can't necessarily make that a reality, right? So you're working with what you got.
I think when we first start off, we feel like we have everything figured out, but when you actually step in and actually start getting the work done, you're like, damn, this is this is totally different. But it's good to have, like I said, a team because you get to pick their brains, you get to
That's true.
think of things that you never thought of, and you get to learn. And that's the thing I'm proud of my team is that because they're always challenging me to do better and be better, and they always check on me like, hey, what you get done today? Hey, we need to get this done. Here's the timeline. This is the date. Let's do it. And that's how I have a strong work ethic. I'm very disciplined. I just, show up early, stay late.
Show up early, stay late. It's funny. You know what's crazy? You have a regular 9 to 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So do I. There's like no shame in that whatsoever. But it's funny because like I'll go into that 9 to 5, right? And like I know what I need to do if I really want to be the best model worker. Like I know exactly what the fuck I have to do. But I'm not doing it at my work, bro. Like it's because that's not my passion. That's not what
Exactly.
I want to do. And like it's funny because my higher ups will be like, "Oh, you just got to do this if you really want to move up." And I'm just like, "No, yeah, I know, but like I don't want to stress myself over this like regular job because you guys don't understand. Outside of here, I'm putting in 10 times as much work as I'm putting in this fucking office or wherever I'm working at, you know?"
You have different values.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn, like it's hearing you speak, it's like that's just what it is. First one in, first one out, or last one out, right? That's the type of energy you need to get something going and flowing. Um, you said this earlier. You like to pick the brain of your team members, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, let me tell you this. Let me ask you this actually. Has there been a time where like one of your teammates challenged your idea and like at first you were really like hard headed about it, but then after you're like, damn, nah, my bad. Like you're right.
All the time, and it happens constantly. But I enjoy it because I love being challenged because that's the only thing that makes me grow, and I learn something out of it anyway. And sometimes we come to terms, sometimes we don't, or we just scratch it, like it is what it is. But whatever we get into, it's not arguing. We don't argue about anything like that. We just okay, next, or we'll come back to the situation later.
Got you. Yeah. So it's funny because like you say it happens all the time, right? Bro, I don't sometimes like I'll be wrong like in a row a lot. And I'm just like, damn, should I still be even like giving out ideas here. Like, nah, you right. Yeah, you
Nah.
don't listen to me next time. But then I'm like, nah,
Don't doubt
listen
yourself.
to me. Listen to me. Like,
Yeah.
it's so like it's so hard. But the fact that your team gives you that pushback and like at least like hears you out, I think that's dope as fuck. Like that's what a good
That's what a
surrounding
team
should
is.
do. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
a leader is not about being in charge of people. It's about being in charge of the people in your charge. That's a quote from Simon Sinek.
Simon Sinek.
Yeah, he's a motivational speaker. Leaders eat last. So great book. I highly recommend you guys read that book.
Eaters eat last.
Leaders eat last.
Leaders eat last.
Simon Sinek, and then also Grant Cardone, the 10X Rule, and then Sell or Be Sold. Really great books.
Yeah, go check those out. Definitely go check those out. I'm not gonna lie, I don't read a lot, but when I do read, it's like life books about like bettering your life, and then business books. So like
What kind of books?
so I've read The Four Achievements.
Okay.
That's something that I'll go back to like every now and then. Like I'm not gonna lie, every like 3 years or so, I feel like I start like drifting away from what that book is saying, and I'm just like, no, I need to refresh myself. Like,
It happens.
yeah, I've read. I'm not good with titles, but I used to work at this job that, which is pretty insane that they made us do this, honestly. But I ended up liking it. The last 15 minutes of like our job, like I guess 20 minutes before like our shift was over, we'd clean for 5 minutes, and then for the last 15 minutes, we'd get in a group, and then we'd just read this business oriented book, and it would let me go home on a positive note. Like I left that job thinking, and that was pretty insane. Like I was like, y'all are doing something here. I don't necessarily enjoy this job, what I'm doing, but I do enjoy this end of it. I do enjoy how we end this job. And again, that goes back to someone leading their team, and like during those like book discussion, or we'd have discussions after the book, after whatever we read, be like, oh, what does that mean to you, this and that. And I feel like I know that sounds so like something you do at school, or something that seems like so common, right? But where do you ever get that practice? Where does that ever happen
Never.
now?
Never. And that's the thing. As human beings, we're meant to interact with one another. We're not meant to, be quiet. I know sometimes at a regular 9 to 5, you're constantly by yourself majority of the shift. But in reality, when people start communicating, you can make someone's day like different right away. And that's the thing. That's the reason why I feel like the way you feel leaving after work, so like happy, enjoyable, because you're out there doing the things that you love. You love interacting with people and stuff like that.
Facts. So, all right, here's a harder question. I'd say not really, but you've been hosting now for a bit, and then you also
Almost a year.
DJ. Which side are you leaning towards enjoying more right now?
Both.
Both.
I still love it. As a show wise, I feel like a lot of people haven't come out to a Frankie V show. Only a few, and I mean very few people actually got to see me perform. It was with Henry Novakane's Electric Jungle. I supported his pop ups and stuff, and he would just give me, hey, you want to come play? Just being there gave me the opportunity, and that's why I tell a lot of people, just show up.
Just support sometimes.
If you're showing up, dude, people that get lucky are the ones that just show up.
And it's because like you're showing up, and that's just a form of support. And I
respect.
get it. It might not even seem like you're supporting, because you're literally just going out to have a good time. But like every event you go to, especially in EDM, especially in EDM, because like this underground scene is so niche. Going to these events means so much to the host, right? Like even if it's just you that showed up by yourself, I'm just like, that's dope. Like that's showing people that like you could be doing anything else with your time. You could be anywhere, but you're choosing here, and then to support the DJs that are here.
Yep.
And say you just show up, right? I'm pretty sure wherever you show up to, you try to say hi to whoever's hosting and whatnot.
Always.
Right? That goes a long way. Because think about it, you're booking right now, right?
Yes, sir.
How do DJs pop in your head?
Oh damn. Um, it's crazy because I get a lot of. I'm pretty sure you probably go through it as well. You get a lot of DMs. People should know showing out their SoundClouds and stuff like that. But a lot of people, I don't, and I always tell people when I'm out, networking, how to approach someone that throws events. And I feel like a lot of DJs, especially new ones starting out, they just be like, "Hey, can I play?
Yeah.
Hey, you got an extra spot?" But like, don't like. I understand, you barely started new, you don't know how to network and stuff. But I always give advice like, if you're gonna come at me like that, at least let me know. Like, write a little bio about yourself. Hey, I'm like, my name is this and that. I'd love to play for you sometime. Here's a brief bio about myself, what I do, who I am, what I play, what genre. Here's my SoundCloud. Feel free when you have time to take a look at it. I really appreciate you. Look forward to hearing from you. Boom. I love DMs like that. I'm like, okay, he's serious because he knows how to present himself, and that's very important to me.
Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, that's why I say sometimes it's good to have a medium because just some people don't know how to approach people and it's not even it's them trying to do it in like a negative way or like a deceptive way, right? But it's more of them just not understanding how to approach,
Yeah.
and like I could bro, I'm a produce like I've been producing for a long time, right? And I know what it means to produce a good majority of your time, you're in the studio alone.
Yeah.
Especially EDM producers, bro. You're in here by yourself, not talking to no one. And then say you do that, you're consistent, right? Say you put yourself on a schedule, like, no, I'm gonna be in my studio after work, I'm just gonna grind. After 4 or 5 months of you doing that, you don't realize that, oh damn, I'm not really going outside. I'm not really talking to people. I'm not really like doing this. I'm not really getting the connection, the human connection to people, and then you kind of lose that part of yourself, and then you get caught up in the do people like my music, and now that is in your head more than anything else. So when you go outside, you're thinking like, are these people gonna like what I'm listening? Like your mindset's not even in. We're just people. We're just here to kick it. We're just here to chill, talk. The mindset is more like you're hyper sensitive about yourself, but in reality, you don't need that. So like that's why I'm gonna keep urging this. Get a medium, get someone to speak for you, or if not, like make sure you're putting yourself in situations where you are constantly communicating with a big group or with people because
Exactly.
that if you're not constantly communicating with someone on a daily basis, it's a skill.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose that skill. It
And I'm glad you say that because it is a skill. A lot of people think it's a trait. No, it's a skill.
it's a skill that you could learn. Everyone could learn this skill.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta earlier we were saying this, you gotta put yourself in uncomfortable positions for you to grow.
Yep.
At first, that feeling that putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, it's a fear, bro. It's like,
Oh yeah.
nah, I'm not like, why do I have to when I could just do this and be more comfortable? And I might not get the best results, but I'm comfortable.
Yeah. You don't never want to lower your targets. You always want to increase them. That's the thing with in society. We're always told since we were kids, especially nowadays in school systems, they're like, you came in 25th place, but you still get a reward. Like, no, that's that mindset. We're starting off young now. Now imagine when they get older, they're gonna think like, well, I don't have to really do my best. Why? Because I was already rewarded for something for doing less. And that's why I tell people like, don't do that.
Nah, I didn't really look at it like that, but now that you break that down, that makes so much
Yeah.
fucking sense to me. Like, I don't have to. I'm still a winner. Like,
Yep.
I still did something. That And you know what? I don't think I could ever think. So I grew up in sports. I grew up competitive as fuck. So like I can never be like, damn, I got third eye. It is what it is. Nah, I grew up in a environment where if I didn't get first, you're getting shitted on. Like if you didn't do your best, like people around you are gonna say something. So like to me, I'm always like, nah, I gotta present myself the best. I gotta show people that like I'm doing my best and even if right now I'm not number one, or we'll see. Like I'm gonna keep practicing, I'm gonna keep working. Like we're gonna keep working, keep going. You feel
Keep
me?
going.
Like
You want to be number one. You want to be better than number one. And then when you
facts,
get good at that, you want to teach other people. Hey, I'm good. I'm being number one, but I'm gonna lift you up. I want you to be better than me.
bro. Because when I'm up, if I ever go up, bro, I don't want to be there by myself. Like I don't
No,
want
you
to
want to
be
bring
there
all your
just like,
homies up.
damn, what the fuck is this? Like I
Yeah.
feel like, nah, I want to be like, all right, I'm up here. Now let's get more of this shit up here,
Yep.
man. Like, let's get like
Facts.
like I don't think. And when I say number one or the best, right? The number one best at my sound, at my image. Like, I'm not comparing. Like, I don't want to be better than anyone else.
Exactly.
I want to be better than the image I just gave off.
You
Like,
want
I
to be
wanna,
better than yourself.
facts. And bro, I'm only doing this to make myself better. Like,
Yep.
and it's all like not even in just music, like in DJing and whatnot. This, the way I look at it, and I think I kind of said this earlier too. I need to be all right in all facets of my life, and this might come down to like a man thing, like a guy thing about me. Like when I do things, I want to, puff my chest. I want to stand tall and be like, yeah, like like, yeah, like I did this, like I did every small little, I went through all the little bullshits for me to be here. I took all the L's I needed to take for me to be here and be like, yeah, like you could throw whatever you want at me, but now I've been there. Like I understand, like I'm here to better myself at the end of the day, because if I'm not bettering myself, if I'm only doing things for a certain look, if you're only doing things for a certain look, you're not doing things for yourself no more. You're doing things for the look, for the appearance, for other people. There you go. Yeah, for other people. And that's not what I want. I'm doing this for I'm doing this for other people, but this makes me feel good. You feel me? So like I want to do everything I can to continue that.
The reason why I do it is just I'm just a natural helper. I like to see everybody win, and the more people I can help, the better. It's like I always say this: their success is my success. So if I'm not helping them, there is no Frankie V.
So the fact that you just said that, I work in maintenance, right, for apartment complexes.
Okay, nice.
So I'm just constantly fixing things, and I have a supervisor, right, that pretty much is the one that delegates things to go and do things. I've had plenty of supervisors in this line of work, and there's one that is always gonna stick out to me because he literally just said what you said. Like, my job is to get everyone else here to succeed and to be able to do what I do. Like, I never want like to put a ceiling on anyone. I need everyone to keep rising, to keep coming up. Like, how do I look if I'm the only one ever getting boosted up and no one else? Like, that's not right. That's not what a good leader does.
That's a boss.
There
you don't want to be a boss. You want to be the leader.
You want to lead people in the right direction to get just as successful, if not bigger. You know, like that's. Let me relate this to hip hop real quick. I'm a big hip hop head. I don't know if you know who Birdman is.
Yep, I know Birdman.
Yeah, so Birdman, the reason why he's a legend in the game, like he's technically one of the richest people like in hip hop, right? It's because he was able to recognize all the talent around him and be like, okay, I might not be the most talented motherfucker out here, but I'm gonna surround myself with the most talented motherfuckers, and I'm gonna make sure we win out here. Like,
dude, what you just said, oh my goodness, it's something I'm so passionate about, and I'm proud to say is that you don't have to be the smartest or the hardest working. You just gotta be the person that just shows up every fucking day and do what you need to do. And once, because people are not going to care until you start seeing improvement and you start seeing success. That's when they're going to start caring. So I always tell people, work until you start seeing results. And then once you see results, people are going to jump on it and they're going to just like, damn, this guy's doing something. I want to be part of it.
And that's a fact. And like results, bro, those results, you're going to see small results right here and there. Over a long period of time, but just remember those small results, keep them to you, and then as you move forward, you're gonna realize, oh, I got those results because I did this. I got these results because I did this, and now you're able to implement it in your future endeavors or whatever the case may be, right? I feel like that right there is something that people just need to understand. Because when we first get in here, like when we first start doing this, it's like, how do I say? It's grasping at straws, trying to see which one the bigger straw is, but like you don't know because you don't know what's behind the wall, or you don't know where the rest of the straws are lying at, right?
Exactly.
It just comes with experience and not stopping. Legit. I don't know anyone out here that started and then 2 days after they started, they're fucking huge. Like I've never seen that before in my life. So I don't.
Me neither.
Right?
I mean, me neither.
Facts. All right. So one last thing, Frankie V. Why Frankie V?
That's my name. So
That's your
my
name?
original name is Frank Vega, and I just put Frankie V. I liked it. You know, um, there was an artist, I think a hip hop artist named Frankie V. Um, but yeah, I just like the name. Got shirts branded. Coming out with new merch soon. But yeah, it just my birth name, so that's why I ran with it.
For sure. You're not hiding nothing. This is who you are.
It's
This is
who I
Frankie
am.
V.
It's on my birth certificate.
There you go. There you go. Question: do you produce as well?
No, everyone's telling me that I should produce. One of my good friends on Tipsy Cat, shout out Tipsy Cat. He actually told me, he's like, "What do you want to leave behind when you're dead?" And I love those kind of questions. Like, what do I want to be remembered when I'm gone? Um, I told him personally, like, dude, when I die, how I want to be remembered is the guy that just never gave up, and he helped a lot of people, and to be the best versions they possibly can. Like, to me, like I tell people, yeah, money's important, but at the end of the day, what is it that money can't really? I mean, yeah, it can help you, but majority of the time, happiness comes from helping other people, and that's just what it is.
It's funny because where did you learn the whole? 'Cause it's crazy. I'm talking to you now, right? And you have like a like very optimistic way of thinking, but at the same time, like you say, you're very giving. Um,
I'm very, very giving.
and you just said right now you don't really value like the money isn't really the value for you. What made you realize that? Because I know exactly when I was able to distinctly realize like, oh no, money isn't gonna make me do anything. Like that's not what it is. When was that time period for you?
For me, it was, money comes and goes, but what really leaves an impact is how you treat other people. Because at the end of the day, like I said, money comes and goes. One minute you could be up here, one minute you could be completely down. But who's gonna be the ones that support you? The people. People have everything you want out of life. It doesn't take money, it takes people. And I said this last time on the last podcast. It doesn't take money, it takes people. Because I'll say it again, a lot of people right now are out here trying to chase a bag. But what happens when you chase a bag?
It's limited.
It runs. So I tell people, who are you? What skills do you have? And what problems do you solve? And the more problems you solve for those people, then the money will come. That's how the universe works. But you got to provide value.
I like that. That that makes a lot of sense because when you hear um people in their 30s specifically, right, talk about like their life and how to become of value. They talk about not putting your head down necessarily, but whatever your passion is, working at it through your 20s to become a commodity, right? Like at the end of the day, you want to be a commodity to wherever you go to. People want to look like you want people to come to you for a specific thing, not because like uh because you're the best. I mean, yeah, that could be the reason why you're the best at it, but because they know you took the time to learn a craft, to actually sit down and like and know what you're doing. That's kind of the reason why we have schools, right? Colleges. It's yeah, you get your degree and whatnot, but in reality, a college is just so that people know like, oh, this guy could be dedicated for this amount of time to just this one subject. That's why doctors like go through a insane amount of schooling because it's basically a trial of them like, do you really want to do this?
You're
We're going to
correct.
make sure you really want to do this.
Yeah.
And because we need people who really want to do this and the like they can't put no stupid motherfuckers as a doctor, bro.
Exactly.
Like at the end of the day, like you won't hear you won't hear a doctor or anyone say that, but that's why that schooling is there is because we need to make sure we're getting the top of the top, not even the top, the most dedicated. You don't have to be the
Dedicated.
top, the most dedicated to this field, and we don't have that in music. All we have is the people that are making it, and I don't even want to say those should be like the people we look at that are saying like, oh no, those are the dedicated people that dedicated their lives to this. Yeah, at a certain extent, they did dedicate their life to this, but the people that dedicate their life to this are the people that sometimes like you don't even need to see them in the limelight. They're the people behind those people, you know. Those are the people that are dedicating their lives to this. And the only way to weed that out, like if you're dedicated, is to see how long you do this for. Like let's see how long like you're gonna be dedicated to doing what you're doing, you know, like that's gonna stand the test of time. Like I've seen people, but we've been doing this podcast for going on 3 years now. Just 3 years. 4 years is a college, right? Is a college.
Yeah.
We've seen many people just come and go, and it's because like I don't know if they weren't dedicated or if they just realized like no, like this is maybe not what I want to do, and this is not where I want my dedication in. And I'm saying that as like them DJing, right? But they might have pivoted into something else in EDM, so that's still great, right?
Yes.
Like I think sometimes people think they look at DJs, right? And they look at damn, they're in the main
The
light,
spotlight.
the spotlight, and they're thinking because they think, oh, that's what I want to do too. But maybe they're overlooking like what their mind is telling them. Like maybe their mind isn't telling them, hey, spotlight, you should be in the spotlight. Maybe their mind is telling them, hey, we like the lighting that's going on. Like we're intrigued by the lighting. No, we love this lighting. And they think, okay, I need a DJ. But in reality, they were just really enamored by the lighting and everything. And then they shift and do lighting. Like I think once you start doing this, I mean, I feel like every DJ just if every person should just start, right? Whatever they initially get enamored at, start and then continue and just continue, keep pushing until something clicks in your head. Either that says, like you were saying earlier, pivot or keep going, keep going. Cause I'm pretty like you started DJing and then you wanted to host, right?
Yes. Well, so yeah, I started DJing and then I was like, you know what? I couldn't find gigs. I was like, damn, no one knows me. No one's not gonna book me.
That's crazy.
Especially in
Okay.
the industry, man. They don't either you gotta sell tickets, pay to play, or you gotta bring a crowd. And I couldn't do none of that. So
That's
I was like, you know
interesting.
what? Fuck it. I'm gonna throw an event in my backyard, which I did. And we actually sold out. I put out 50 tickets on Eventbrite, free event, and we sold out.
Damn. Shout out Eventbrite. That's crazy. Um so that that you DJing, bro, made you want to do events, right? So that was like something.
Not well, okay. So how I started going with events and stuff is that I had to find a certain a value to where I could give opportunity to people because especially in clubs, it's hard for upcoming or local DJs are barely starting off, barely getting the gear to get into these clubs. These are the reasons why I started these events is because I want to create opportunity for anyone and everyone, and not limit them.
Got you. And so, you know how earlier I was saying festivals are like a tier up here, right?
Yeah.
I'd put clubs in maybe like the mid tier, and then I'd say event like any other event is the pre grounds, right? That's where you're supposed to make your crowd. That's where you're supposed to find your people, like your fans or your supporters, whatever the case you want to call them, right? The, the events you throw, stupid important. The events Novocaine throws, stupid important.
They're very important.
The events Carlos throws, stupid important, bro. Like those are the events where they're probably easier to get into, right? In like DJing, right? You just be a little persistent, as you were saying earlier. Show up, do the communication. But the events you guys do, that's where this will make or break you. I think if you don't maneuver in those locations the right way, there's no way you're gonna pivot up to clubs. Like those what your shows that you're doing right now, that's where the DJs that are just starting, that should be like their pre-ground circuit. You know, this is where you should learn to understand the whole scene. Because let me ask you this: what's the next step? Say everything goes right for you, like your events are going good, Frankie V's going good. What's that next pivotal step for you?
So the next step where I want to take the events or the DJing.
Let's start with the events first.
So the events is I just want to continue keeping my events for anybody that's trying to get into the DJ scene and teach them and hopefully become a mentor towards them. And because I got so much plans for these events, even workshops. I got talking with my business partners. We got so many things that we want to do for the community not just for ourselves, but with other collectives. My end goal with this is to get all these collectives from the IE, LA, just working all together. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is about. And the more we come together, the more we could accomplish.
What does that look like for you exactly?
I mean, I wish
Just
I could.
little things. You don't have to. I get it.
Oh,
Don't
'cause,
indulge
like,
too much, but like
yeah.
little things that you think.
It's just working to get like what do you mean? Like, give me some more detail. Like,
So, because what you're saying, people. I think that's an amazing idea, right? And like, I'm not gonna lie, I've had the exact same thought almost. Right? Is using this as a way of getting everybody to work together, so it's beneficial for all the local DJs, all the right. And if we'd all work together, type thing, it would be a cool circuit. Like, say you found a DJ reached out to you, they came out to your event, and you're like, oh wow, this is a dope DJ. They're new, like, nah, they're legit. Like, I like them a lot. If you were working with another, like if all these event companies were working together, you'd be able to just like theoretically in a perfect world, DM or hit up like all these event coordinators because you're in contact with them. Be like, hey, this guy dope as fuck. Definitely check him out. Like, I want to push him everywhere. Like, just heads up, right?
yeah,
That goes far. Like, say they just do you and you give them that recommendation, that means Novocaine's potentially going to be looking at them. That means Carlos for low end's going to be
Yep.
potentially looking at them. Space Taco could be potentially looking at them. Retro, like all these event companies out here, like could be potentially looking at them to move through the circuit, right? And like I said, I had like that similar mindset. Like, bro, if we all work together, and when I also help manage. I don't like I say that I do minimal managing when it comes to helping Carlos with the Husky project.
Okay.
But at first, like I went heavy into it, and that's when things in my mind were clicking. Like, damn, I want my guy to like grow. I want him to move around, and then that's when I was like, bro, like we know all these people. Like, we're homies with these people that are throwing events and stuff like that. Like why not just like start hitting them up, be like, hey, like we do this whenever you guys have an artist that like you guys believe in, like we're down to book him, we're down to give him support, and then from here he could go there. And like if they're that DJ that you really believe in and that you think is gonna going to these events, especially like I want to say like a Space Taco, the Electric Jungle, and then Low End, like those event companies right now, like those are some of the places to be at. And I feel like if you could get in some of those circuits, like that's only gonna benefit any level of DJ. You feel
Oh
me?
yeah, most definitely.
And I don't know, just being able to refer people to other people, just word of mouth, will go a long way, right? And that's how I saw like these event companies. Like, damn, like if you guys would just really connect with each other, like and be like, bro, people hold competition. Like people are really like, nah, they're
I mean,
competition. They're
I get it.
competition.
You know, a lot of people, you know, they see it as a business, and I get that they want to protect their business. They want to, you know, have their own collective. You know, have their own certain members, you know, play. Because if you look back how it was 10 years ago, you know, when Rowdy was around, he only had Pacific DJs playing every week. Yeah,
Yeah.
he brought in DJ Blend. He brought in, you know, special guests. Well, it was GTR, or not GTR, JDR. I forgot his name. Well, so some bald guy. It was dope ass DJ. Um, but and it worked. So now it's like, okay, so me, I just want to, I just want to help everyone up. Like, win or lose, to me, if we can't make a deal, it's all love. I'm still gonna give you a contact. Hey, we couldn't make a deal, but I still want to see. I want to push your career. I still want to push you forward in the right path. Here's some more contacts with people that could be able to help you.
There you go.
Boom. That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, when he's gonna remember that, and the other events are gonna remember that. So when they have DJs, hey, we got DJs here. Let's shoot them your way. Cool. Let's do it.
And that just all goes to like being a good in your community. Like you met the photographer when I went to your event, the photographer I had and the videographer that came through.
Eric, right?
Eric, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So he's the guy I go to, like the first person I'll go to shoot when I go out, right? I appreciate him so much as a photographer, as someone that likes to do his job and not be greedy about it. he'll be flat out with me. Like he's a person that's gonna be like, hey, look, I'll do this for you, but understand I'm charging you this much, and it's because of what I do. This how much I value my this and that. But I think if you're looking for something good still, and you're gonna be in this area, hit this person up. They'll do great work for you. Like he refers other photographers and stuff like that.
And that's what it's about.
I
We take care of
bro,
each other.
I love it. I'm just like, damn, you're literally putting bread in other people's pockets right now, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, like that's what every community needs, like a photographer community, a DJ community, hosting community. Those are the type of people that make this community grow and keep going, bro. Like,
It's all about, man. It's all about the culture, the love, the plur, man, the peace,
plur.
love, unity, respect. I mean, it's about just being so not worrying, like not worrying about who you are, but giving other people just that chance. Like I always tell you every day, it's not about me. This isn't about me. Frankie V, it's nothing. It's like I said, it's all for them.
That's great. So, I mean, you enjoy it though, yeah? Like you have
Oh,
fun
I
doing
love
this?
it. I love it. I enjoy it. Love seeing people smile. I love the passion that they bring behind the decks. It's just, oh my goodness, it's you can't put words into it. It's just like, damn, like I did that. Like that's what brings me happiness. And now that as I'm growing, not just as an artist but an event organizer, I feel like I have a lot more responsibility. And it could be overwhelming at times, but there's nothing else I'd rather do.
Same. I feel like for me, it's a privilege to be working and like to be able to just experience this scene in like all the ways like that I can. Like whether it's talking to people like in a podcast or DJing or hosting for people, like it's a privilege. Meeting people that do lighting and sound, bro, like it's like those people are freaks of nature almost, bro. Like there's some people that talk to me about lighting and I'm just like, what the fuck are you saying right now, bro?
Like slow down a bit.
Yeah, how did you get so enamored about this that now you're just and like that's the type of shit I like to come across, bro. People that are just insane about their craft. Like that's the shit that intrigues me at the end of
Well,
the
you
day.
gotta be a little crazy.
A lot of crazy, bro. A lot of bro. Like, at the end of the day, be able to get whatever's in here and make it a reality is fucking crazy. Like, it's stupid, dude. Like, I really just thought of something and now it's happening. Like, that's if you're really thinking about it, like that's insane. That's insane. That's all right. You say you like to get into like these type of deep conversations and whatnot. So
I love them.
let me run something by this.
Let's go.
What do you think words are?
Words?
Yeah.
Like just words in general?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, man, that's a good question. I actually have no answer for you for that one.
So, because I heard this, right?
Okay.
Bro, words are spells. Literally, we're casting spells when we talk. Like, if you really think about your words like that, when we say things, after we say things to something, could make that person do something totally like insane, right? Like what we're saying are literally spells. So like when people say your words are powerful, like it comes from people thinking like, no, what we say, we're putting spells on people type shit, you know? And like
I never thought about it like that, but it makes perfect sense.
Makes a lot of sense, right? Like damn, because your thoughts aren't nothing, bro. Your thoughts are in your head, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
But how do you communicate your thoughts outside? How do you get these thoughts in existence?
Speak.
Through your words.
My words.
And yeah, like that when that clicked in my head, I was like, dang, the things I say could be powerful. How I say things could be powerful. Who I say them to could mean something, you know? So like be careful with what you're saying. Not just be careful, but like have in mind the things you say have power at the end of the day, you know?
That's facts.
Okay, so I have some topics that I do want to get into just before we close out the Don Talks episodes. But before we get into these topics, we're gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
And then play another track, and we'll get back into this.
Let's do it.
See me letting go. I'ma lose control. I'm not afraid to fall. Watch me drink it in
True. That was Herb's Letting Go VIP remix. Yeah, some drum and bass shit for sure.
I love it.
Same. Bro, drum and bass taking over. I'm telling you now, the next year or two, drum and bass. Just watch out for it, for sure, for sure. But yeah, let's hop into some topics. I came across like some pretty interesting things.
What kind of topics are there? Like funny topics, DJ related topics?
They're all DJ related topics
Awesome.
for the most part.
Let's do it.
So this one comes from EDM Maniac. They're a page on Instagram that's really dope. Definitely suggest following them for all like the newest topics and whatnot in EDM. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this caption.
Let's go.
So it says, AI has officially taken over the clubs as an East London nightclub recently hosted an AI rave called Algorithm. So the nightclub is named the Glove That Fits. Oh, the Glove That Fits, and used the AI app Mooberts to take the role of the DJ in the first party of its kind, the promoter claims. Mooberts was created by a team of Ukrainian and Russian developers and uses human-made loops and samples to create new music. Similar to Spotify's new AI DJ features, users can like or dislike the music offered to better tailor it to users' taste. However, there was some criticism of the mixing, as attendees said it was just a generic bop and dry and empty. And that came from Knitting Sheep. So what do you think about that?
I mean, AI itself. I mean, damn. I mean, can I see that happening in the future? Maybe. Anytime soon? Not at all.
Nah. So you're gonna think it's gonna be something that's like trendy at all?
No. I think people need that real crowd interaction with one another. Is that something you just can't get out of AI? Like I said before, the beginning of this interview, we're human. We need to interact with each other, and AI is never going to take that part.
That's facts. That's facts. It was pretty insane though when I came across that, because I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, I didn't think automation was gonna start taking the jobs of DJs, bro. Like, I was worried more about like fucking McDonald's jobs and shit like that, you know?
I mean, if AI was to come and try to take the jobs of DJs, then I'll be still going harder at these events that I throw and get as many people to come out, and let's keep it original. Let's keep it standard.
Do you ever see a day where it's like, all right, there's no more DJs. We just got to get the best AI DJ?
Hell to the no.
Like everybody's developing their own AI. So like Apple has their own like Siri, you know, and then
Shit.
YouTube has their own shit, and you know, and then we're like, damn. So what AI do we want at our party?
I'm like, yo, Siri, drop some 127 BPM, please.
Facts, bro. Like, think about it like this. Let's take it a step further, right?
What's up?
You're at a party and you're like, hey Siri, create a new Murata and Skrillex track for us right now. Oh shit, true.
Goddamn Siri's right ahead of us.
Listening and shit. And then it does it. How you gonna feel?
Damn.
And then it's good. And then it's pretty decent. How you gonna feel?
I mean, it could happen. It probably will happen.
Bro, we have Chat GBT right now. Like, it's pretty much like a lower step form of what that is. You feel me? Like, what happens when they stop using words and get into audio samples, you know?
I mean, who will hold the royalties to that? Would it be the AI itself? Like, hey, yo, we made the track, you know.
No, yeah, I get. Well, wherever they're getting their sound library from is who would own the royalties for that. But like, it's interesting to think, bro. Like, do we like the artist because of what? Well, because like if there was no reference for the artist, how are they gonna make something that sounds like the artist? So I guess like you're right. Like you can't replace humans because we're always gonna be coming up with something new that's not thought of already by AI type shit.
We're smarter than AI.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Way smarter.
Smarter? Depends what you mean by smart, for sure. Yeah, definitely, bro. They're more, yeah. We're more world knowledge and their book knowledge. Like, I don't fucking know. But yeah, no, that was just interesting as fuck that I
That is
came across.
interesting.
Like they actually did it in London, so that was insane. All right, here's another quick topic by
Let's go.
Algo Dubs. He said, if you're wondering the state of the scene right now, I received an opening slot for 250 flat. LOL. And Algo's like a pretty big bass producer. Well, pretty well known bass DJ.
Okay.
What do you think about that? 250 for an opening slot.
I mean, it has a lot of variables, a lot of factors go into that. Depending on the capacity, ticket sales, and all that stuff.
Okay. Let's say you're at yeah, he wasn't really too descriptive on the size and whatnot, but let's just give a ballpark of the cap was maybe like 2,000.
Okay. So 2,000, 250 opening slot. I mean,
And he's a name. Like he has a pool, right?
okay.
And he's an opener. So I'm guessing that means there was other pretty well-known names on this slot as well.
And like we were talking about prior before, like, branding, what it is, or I don't know, his business model and stuff like that, what he wants to represent as himself. Me personally, I just see things totally different. If it was to offer me, $250, if I had that same amount of pull, I would do it. But that's me. Why? Because I don't see that as the 250. Okay, cool, whatever. Opening slot. What I see is after my show, because it's a dub in disguise. You don't, like I said, you never know who's going to be in that room. And if all it takes is one person to, hey, you're dope. Let me give you another contact.
That's true.
Or this guy knows someone that knows someone. And that's all it takes. A lot of people just see it from the money factor.
That's true. Okay, so I feel like our view right now is coming from a viewpoint of we're still like going up, right?
Yeah.
What about say you're at a viewpoint of you have your crowd already. Like you could show up places and you could make that money on your own already. Like you could throw your show and you'll have enough people and you'll have enough revenue you'll make more than $250, right? Would you still do it?
I'll still do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $250.
Yeah, still.
Because at the end of the day, my fans, it's for me, it's just, I don't know. I just see things totally different. A lot of people don't understand. Yeah, I understand the business, but also, what if people are coming from out of state or far away to see you play, and they're excited to see you, and you're really gonna like? For me, I rather show up for my fans and give them a great set that they're there to see me, and worry about the money. Like 250K, cool, but I could make it up with other gigs and stuff like that.
That's true. That's true. So and look, from coming from the standpoint I'm at right now, I think I'd look at it the same way. But if I was maybe someone on his caliber, maybe a little bit higher, maybe my flight's gonna cost $250.
Okay, where's the DJ located? That's the thing. Is it local? Is he gonna get booked locally?
See, I don't know this,
So, yeah,
but
there's
you know,
a lot.
there's a lot of a lot of variables that go into that. But if it's like, but say for that reason, right? Say like I'm just an artist and you're booking me for an artist, and you're trying to book me. I live in California. And you're trying to book me in Texas for an opening slot for $250.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's why it's called a artist offer. Your artist offer. It's an offer, and it's negotiable. If I was trying to, but let's say he was out of LA and I'm trying to book him like in Texas. Okay, I know a flight easy to Texas is gonna be, depending on when I book, 200, 250, easy. I will offer him, knowing he could book a crowd, opening set. I'll start off like at 1,000 and go from there.
Okay,
That's just
pretty
me.
good. No, that's pretty good.
$1,000. At least he has enough to cover his flight, get him what he needs. If he has a rider, take care of it, and go from there. And if he wants a little something more, because I know his manager, and he needs to take a percentage of that. So, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So because I negotiate deals, right, for Husky sometimes. What I'll usually do is I'll ask like where are you gonna be? Where's he being booked at? Understand how far we are from the event. How understand is wherever the event is at. Do we have a following there? If we have a following there, then maybe for us we could raise the price a little bit more because we know we're gonna have more people coming out. If it's far, we're gonna raise the price a little bit more because we got travel fees and whatnot. For me, like when it comes to the manager fee, I personally, whatever me and Carlos worked out, gives me whatever you want. Like I'm not. I only did this because I want to see my guy fucking
Succeed.
bro. Like he's the guy.
Yeah.
I like to me. Like I'm like bro. Like I got behind you because I think you're the guy. You feel me? Like you're out here. So like whatever you think is fair. Like to me, that's how I am right now. And like I'm not really like someone that wants to stamp him as a manager. I just know little things like things here and there. I went to three different colleges and shit like that. Like I know a little bit of something, you know. And at the end of the day, like again, the medium. I just want to be the medium for my boy because I know like people step on people when they're talking directly to the artist, bro. Like
Yeah.
when the booker is talking straight to the DJ is at a little bit of a disadvantage because like
That happened with me.
yeah, bro, like it had do you want to explain that or what happened?
Well, it's one of the artists. I don't want to say his name,
Yeah, just
but he played for a couple of Insomniac events. I hit him up like, hey yo, like, do you like playing for Undergrounds? He's all, yeah, bro, like, I love it. I'm like, oh, well, I have this time slot. Boom, boom, boom. Like, give him the time slot, the capacity, ticket sales, and all that stuff. How many people we're expecting? And he's all like, I'll have to go through my manager. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just never responded back after. But I see what you mean. Like I feel like when you do a booking offer, um, it's better just to go straight with with the agent or their TM and go from there.
yeah, and it's also like and this is what I started realizing that was a lot of DJs that was happening to a lot of DJs is they'll go out to these events, right? And then they'll start talking to people and then like those people will try to like book them there and then like right then and then and the person doesn't really want to say no, like especially the DJ. Like the DJ's gonna be like, oh, I don't want to say no because then I'm gonna look like I don't want to do this and that. All that stuff is running through the DJ's head at an event. Like somewhere they're not trying to deal with that right now. So sometimes they'll commit to something that they probably shouldn't have or they lowballed themselves because like damn, like you're just putting them on the spot type thing. Whereas like it's better if like a DJ's like, oh yeah, I would love to work for you. Like they get to just keep that like, oh yeah, like we're cool. Like hell yeah, like I'd love to just talk to my manager about it and he'll work it out. That's a better like interaction than like, oh well, like what is this gonna have? Is it gonna and like you don't want to portray that like that's you like giving up leverage at the end of the day. And I think when you have like a manager or just someone to communicate for you, that's you keeping a little bit of leverage. That's you like being able to have that one up. And like I said, that's important when it comes to negotiating your booking for sure, for sure. All right, real quick. Next topic. This is a kind of funny one.
All right.
This is by Oh Hell Music. It says, "Why the fuck are we DJs going out to fancy ass dinners before shows? We're broke and should be going to TGI Friday and Olive Garden."
I love that. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with some TGIs.
Facts, right? But sometimes like, you know what? I'm going out. Let's eat fancy, fam. I'm booked. Let's go eat. Like, I'm about to get paid $100. Fuck you. Nah, that's how we look at it sometimes. I'm about to get booked, so
let's go out and splurge a little bit.
And then you get home and you're like, damn, I splurged too much. I got paid $250, but I'm leaving with $50. Like,
or I'm already negative.
Like, damn, I just paid to come. I pretty much spent money to come DJ, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that definitely happens a lot of time. Definitely be fucking mindful of what you're spending when you're out.
Oh yeah. I personally like to eat in. Yeah, I do. I have a heavy craving for Mickey D's. I fucking love McDonald's. I don't know what it is, but if I had an event, which I do on Wednesday, I'll probably gonna have some McDonald's before DJing.
That's your thing.
Hey, those McChickens, man, with a large fry and a Coke. Hey, that's a spot killer right there.
To me, like when it comes to this, I try to eat after I DJ because that's when I get like the most hungry. Like, is after I've just been jumping and whatnot. I can't eat before because I get nerves, bro. I don't know. This is just me. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I get nerves, and then it'll make my stomach rumble, and then I'll have to go take a shit, fam. So like it's happened, bro.
Oh,
Like
damn.
I'm
Mid set.
like 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the set, I'm like, I gotta take a fucking shit. And I'm like, I'm not about to use the restroom at this fucking bar, bro. It's not happening. So like I just have to stick through it. And it was some of the most uncomfortable like DJing I've ever done. I got through it, but I was like, I can't eat before I DJ no more. Like I cannot chance it. Like my nerves fuck with me too much. I cannot do it.
I'm the opposite. I gotta eat. If anything emergencies have to happen, I'll just throw that shit in a loop. Let's go. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Have AI take over real quick.
Bro, and it never fails now. Like it's I have either shit or I have to take a long piss before I like
That I can
go on
relate.
set.
The long pisses.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what I think my body's just like flushing everything out because it knows I'm gonna be up there for just an hour. So it's like, all right, let's get comfortable. But nah, yeah, for sure. For sure, I need to just be mindful on when I do go out DJing specifically. I don't need to be spending money. I don't need to be getting all these drinks. Like I really don't need to be doing all this. Like I can just show up and DJ and chill, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, but like you said, people like to know the brand.
That's true. That's hella true. But I mean, like it's understandable though. At the end of the day, we all like to have fun,
Oh yeah. I love to splurge myself once in a while.
and then once in a while it turns into like every weekend, and then like you're just like, fuck, where did my money go, fam? Okay, so here's another. This is kind of So I saw this tweet,
Okay.
and it was of a DJ. He posted like his comment section for one of his posts on Instagram, and he basically was like, "Why are old DJs like this?" And it stuck to me because like
He said old or all?
old
Okay.
DJs. It stuck with me because like I'm not gonna lie, I started DJing. You said 2010, 10, 11?
2009 to 10.
9, 10. So I started DJing like 2011, 2012. And at that time, like that's when still turntables were a thing, right? Like record, but using your Serato sound
Serato,
card, like
yep.
that was the thing, right? So during that era, there was a very in the DJ community, it was very like not hostile, but like dog eat dog. Like, nah, we're not helping each other. Like, I'm here. I'm not gonna bring you over here because now you're getting into my pockets. Like, this is my gig. Like, I don't want to show people you're dope and whatnot. And like, it was a very at that time, people were like DJs are very critical on other DJs. I think like, especially when it comes to DJing on like turntables and stuff like that, people were very anal about that shit. And like, I just remember going through it. Like, I remember trying to get into clubs as like a fucking 17-year-old and stuff like that. Like I thought I was pretty decent at DJing, but it was just like these older DJs that were just like shitting on you or like just like looked at you and like just didn't even want to like help at all, you know? They're just like, for what? You know?
You're using virtual DJ. What?
Show me how not to
What?
then. You feel me? Like I don't know. Like but here are some of the comments. And these comments or well it's a comment from just one person, but it's just funny reading this.
All right, let's hear it.
He said he isolates a kick or a part of the track and sends it through effects so he can match it with the one of 2 tunes he's mixing and playing through. The rest is creative filler. And it's not bad, just not a claim to say you're using all 4 decks as if he's blending 4 tunes. Otherwise, you can get a controller to take care of the effects he's doing on fancy CDJs. So basically, like the dude is like shitting on like his or being super critical about like him using 4 decks and chopping and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But like I feel like that comes from over criticization like that comes from like the past era of DJs for some reason. I don't know what it is, but when I seen that, like I just started laughing in my head. Like
Things have changed.
For sure, right?
A lot. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't. Even to this day, I still see DJs online talking about like, oh well, if you can't mix on vinyl and stuff, you're not a real DJ. I'm like, what?
That's not true. You just had to DJ on vinyl, bro. Like that's it. Like don't play yourself here, fam. Like you just had to. We don't. You feel me? That doesn't make you a real DJ. It just makes you an old ass DJ that needed to use vinyls, fam. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Like honestly, like just because you can mix vinyl doesn't mean that's gonna transfer on to you DJing CDJs, bro. Like I could DJ vinyl, but when it came to fucking DJing CDJs, whole different story, bro. Whole different ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was totally different. Like it's the correlation between the two is very slim. Like there's a small margin of doing the same thing. Everything else is really different. When you're DJing on CDJs, it's all digital, you know, like you're getting a digital sound. Like it's different than vinyl. Like what people like about DJing for vinyl on vinyl is gonna be different than what DJs like about DJing with CDJs and DJing on digital, right? They're just two different. Like
Oh yeah, completely.
you can't, I don't know. I don't think someone that DJs on turntables that's like a club DJ has room or could be too critical on a festival DJ, you know, like or DJs that DJ EDM because like they're two different art forms at the end of the day. Like, do you know who the platform DJ City is?
No.
So
DJ
they're
City, DJ. Is it like no? I heard of it.
they have a YouTube. They started doing like mixes on there at first, like quick mixes, but like with turntables, they started doing like the cutting room where they would come to like different states, different radio stations, get all their DJs, and then like record a video of them just all scratching. And then they started doing videos where they got, you know what tone play is, like as a DJ, like it's when you put markers or cue points on certain parts of the song, and then you make a melody with those cue points.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's called tone play. They're like some of the people that started like emphasizing that and like putting it in content form, right? They're really big. They sponsor a bunch of DJs and whatnot, right? But they were saying that I forgot what that when tech house DJs, like it's such a different craft than people think. Like you're tech house, yeah?
Tech house.
So a lot of club DJs, right? I'm pretty sure you've heard this. Look at what you do and be like, oh, that's easy. How do you feel about that?
I mean, me, I like to say, well, if it's so easy, here, show me.
Yeah.
Then they freak out. I'm like, oh shit. Like people don't like being called out, but I sometimes like if you're gonna call me out and say my work is easy, then okay, come show me or show me something better. Because maybe they could show me something better. I don't know, but or because me personally, I don't use effects when I DJ. Not my thing. But I do a lot of jumping between tracks, and my tracks only last about quick hitters, 2 minutes if that.
Yeah, for sure. So like when it comes to that, I know I look at it like this, right? Club DJs, yeah, they're open format, which means like they can do all styles of DJing, right?
Yes.
Which means they can transition into all styles of DJ, right?
Yeah.
That's where I look at it. Bass form, they can transition into whatever they need to. But when it comes to curating like a vibe, that's when open format DJs kind of lose it. Like I don't know if they could curate a whole hour vibe of tech house music. Open format DJs are the type of DJs that need to jump into a bunch of different genres
Yep.
to keep the vibe going. It's hard for them to stick to one genre and keep it there.
Put me on, give me a 45-minute set to an hour. I mean, I personally DJ only 45 minutes. I think hour from what I've seen lately, I feel like an hour is just too long, and it kind of like lowers the crowd.
Okay.
So when I book events, you see it first hand 45 minutes, but give me 45 minutes, I'll keep the crowd going.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? And you know what? It's funny because except from my last event that I DJ'd at, all my sets have been for the most part 45 minutes. That's what they like to keep. I do think that's like a good little sweet spot. I'm not gonna play the same genre, but I'm gonna give you 3 welly curated sets in that 45 minutes. Like I'm gonna jump into like some good house, some good like UK bass house music.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump into like some dope like trap music, and then right now I have or trap and dub, I guess. And then right now DMB's on my right now. DMV's on my shit, bro. So like the fact that 45 minutes is enough for me to dip into 10 songs from each of those genres, I think is a good amount of like tracks. And I don't want to say like it's exactly 10, you know, but like to be able to curate 10 tracks that flow into each other and then switch into something else, I think it's a good sweet spot. I don't want to be playing I guess me coming from open format DJing, I need to be able to switch into different like EDM genres just cuz I get tired. Like not
Oh.
bored, but like if I'm just doing the house jump the whole time, bro, I'm gonna get tired. I need to stop jumping when it comes to house, and I need to get into my trap arms, and I need to just chill the
Switch
fuck
it up.
out real quick. Yeah, like I need to be able to, like, my energy. I want to feel different energy throughout like my set, you know. So that's what
Oh,
I
yeah.
curate.
And that's good. You're like that. Everyone has their own, style of DJing. I think you bring something very unique, very something different. And like I said, the energy and the passion that you bring behind it, it shows all over your face. And that's something that I want you to capture, not just for yourself, but also for the people seeing you.
That's the goal, bro. That's definitely the goal. Not you too though, fam. The first time I seen you DJ was at the New Year's for Electric Jungle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You DJ'd before me. That shit was so you were playing a lot of house,
Yeah.
right? And then you played. I want to say you played some bass house in there.
Yeah, a little bass house.
Yeah, and when I don't know, I was like, damn, bro, like I really have to follow like just straight house music and like as much as I could do it, like it's I feel like whatever I play when it comes to house, it's not tech house, it's not that straight vibey, like I can't do that. My thing is more like energy instead of like chill like this. I can't chill and just do this. Like it's weird.
yeah.
Like I cannot do it. And so like after seeing you like curate that and seeing people just the whole time, I'm like, fuck, bro. I don't know if I could do that the whole time, bro. I'm like, what? I could maybe follow that for the next 2 tracks,
Yeah.
and then after that, we're gonna see where this goes. You know?
Well, that's part of being a DJ. It's taking the crowd to, I call it a roller coaster, up and down. And if I feel like as a DJ, if you could do that and really deliver, you're doing your job. And when I DJ, it's an experience. I really can't explain it. You just have to be there.
I could, from what I see or what I heard, you have a very, you're critical on your music selection. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the songs you choose to put in your set and how long you play them too. Because I realized some of the tracks you were playing like, oh, I could tell like, oh, he probably fucks with this song more than like the last song or whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
Like it was kind of like easy to like zone in on that because I was like, oh, you're letting the second drop play, or like, oh, you're letting this one go. I feel it.
I think it's important to know which tracks to let play based on what the crowd wants to hear. And also it's because when I mix, I like to throw a little 80s, 90s vibes in it.
Oh, I feel it.
Because you never know what kind of crowd you're gonna have. And lately when I've been mixing, I get a lot of older individuals come up to me like, damn, like that's good.
You know what? I've never even thought about like putting like older style music. Well, I mean, obviously it's like a reworks of older style music,
Yeah.
obviously, right? But as I said earlier, bro, I'm always looking for like the newest, freshest shit. So I'm like, nah, bro, I can't. But you saying that, I'm just like, dude, I think I'm like trying to like zone in on like the younger and like the instead of what about the people that like the older shit, you know? Like I never really put that in perspective sometimes. And also like for me, I always think EDM's a young crowd, but it's not.
It's you get all ages.
It's
All ages.
especially at at underground events, bro. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
all ages, like older motherfuckers. You get young ass motherfuckers. You get the in between, like
Get
all
rave
of
moms
it.
and rave dads.
Facts, bro. I appreciate. I'm not gonna lie. If you're in your 40s, past your 40s, and you're still going to these undergrounds,
That would be me.
I praise you guys. Like that's so lit. Like you guys are giving, because like I said, this scene isn't that it hasn't been going for long. I want to say like in the US specifically, we're getting into like maybe our third actual decade of like this being a real thing, like
Oh yeah.
EDM being an actual fucking like culture and shit like that. I'm not saying like 30 years ago there wasn't a culture like that, but it wasn't what it is right now, you know? And now that we're able to see like older people in this scene and like living gracefully and like like they're enjoying it, I'm like, wow, you guys are the models of like these younger people. Like they're legit rave dads. Nah, bro, they're like rave grandmas and rave granddads now, bro.
They're bringing their
Like,
kids with them now.
yeah, so I'm no, bro.
That's the cool thing. That's what I
Holy
love to see.
shit! Like the fact I came across some girl's Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And like I was just scrolling through it, and she looked maybe my age, but I guess she was like maybe in her 30s or something. And then like she had kids, and one of her daughter was like maybe like 20 or something like that. And then like they were going to a rave together, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
holy fuck, bro! Like that's insane. That now like we're like I don't know how you grew up, but my dad was in the era of like listening to rock music and all that time when that was going on, you know. So I grew up with that. Now people are growing up with EDM, fam. Like, nah, bro, Flosterdamus is your childhood, fam.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Yellow Claw. What's up?
yeah, like that's insane. Like I think that's only gonna make this culture like a lot better, you know, like actually getting people who grew up literally grew up in it from like a little kid. Like I get it. I can see I grew up in this scene, but like I found this when I was like maybe late middle school getting into high school. That's when I found like EDM, like for reals, when I found dubstep and like dirty Dutch music. That's when like
That Dirty Dutch. Shout out DJ Chucky, Afrojack,
facts,
Nick Van
bro.
De Wall.
I remember going onto YouTube, typing in like top 2013 dirty Dutch mixes and shit like that, and then going to the description, looking for the track list, and yeah, that was my introductory, right? But I just can't wait until like I see these little ass kids like, yeah, I was listening to Marshmello. Like,
Yeah.
no, yeah, that's what I'm excited for the next generation of like EDM. You know, that's definitely something that we could all be excited for. I think.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see what they bring to the table too, and if they're DJs as well, what's sound selection, what they're gonna be choosing, what genre of EDM they're gonna be playing. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Do you think we'll go more complex in sound or more simplistic in sound? Because I feel like the rhythm era was us going very complex, and then the tech house era was us tuning it back a little bit.
It's just hard to say, man. Things are constantly changing on a daily. You just never know what the hell you're gonna get. You just gotta, like I said, learn how to pivot. And me personally, like I like tech house. I'm probably always gonna play tech house, but you have a lot of DJs that are coming under new alias and stuff and rebranding themselves, and it's understandable. You have Bobby, 4B doing it, from Jersey to playing like house music now in tech house, and it's just to stay in the industry, you gotta, like I said, you gotta pivot.
And adapt, not for sure. Well, that's gonna close up the last segments here at Don Talks. Before I wrap it up, is there anything you wanted to plug? Anything you want to let everyone know before we close out here?
Yeah, just shout out to all the collectors out here in the IE and the LA, man. I really appreciate everything you guys are doing for not just myself, but everyone you guys do business with, and just giving local artists and DJs a chance to really shine. Uh yeah, keep doing what you guys are doing. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everything you guys have given me, and I'm just trying to out here, just trying to return the favor. Um, I got a couple of gigs coming up. This Wednesday I'll be at the Boiling Room in Redlands. Set times at 10 o'clock. Wednesday night starts at 8. First DJ starts at 9. Uh, then Friday I'm doing the afters at 11. The Beyond afters at the Now's Airbnb, and then Saturday I have my show in La Puente. It's a free event, free underground. Tickets are almost sold out. I got about probably 15 tickets left. So I'll put the RSVP link on my bio. Feel free to get some tickets.
Hell yeah! Well, thank you for stopping by, bro. I really appreciate
Thank you for having me, man.
Nah, bro, of course, dude. You're one of the people out here that are pioneering the scene. So definitely had to get you in here, fam.
Just trying to make an impact, man, day by day. That's really important to me.
You're definitely making an impact. I can tell you that for sure, bro. So, like I said, thank you for everything. And for all our viewers, go ahead and check him out. We'll have his links in the description. Go ahead, follow him on all platforms. Go to all the events that are coming. The 360 events, dope as fuck. Fun as fuck. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned for all that. And yeah, this has been another episode of Don Talks. And I hope you guys have a good day. Late.